we have taken, untold ribbing, because in the last movie, Alexis was the only girl that got to go to Greece. So we said this time we'll take all 4 girls, we'll have this fabulous adventure.
Santorini was so much fun. It was amazing.
It's really one of the most beautiful, magical places in the world. It's just spectacular.
Being with the girls in Greece is the biggest blessing of this whole experience.
These girls came back together, and it's just like no time has passed.
You have 4 actresses who already know each other so that it feels natural.
When the 4 of us get together, it's just a loud jumble of excitement and nonsense. It's constant jokes on the set. I can't ever stop laughing.
We get along way too well. We have so much fun.
When I was in Santorini, I heard the rumblings about cliff and jumping, and I was like, uh-oh. What does that mean?
Crazy! Blake and Amber and I were down at the harbor one day, and then we went for this walk and saw 3 guys jumping off this cliff.
What an idiot. They get out of the water and they're like looking at us and they're like, oh my God. Is this really the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants standing before us?
And they're like, we love that movie. And we're like, you're 3 teenage guys. That can't be true. But they totally sat there like, spouting off lines from the movie.
And they basically told us that they had formed a brotherhood and they were gonna all go travel together this summer based on that film, and they decided to do it in Santorini.
And they were jumping off this cliff and they're like, come on, jump off with us. And I was the first one to be like, no way, I'm not jumping off that cliff.
Bridget, don't. Bridget! Hey, are you crazy? Jump! Everybody was scared to jump and they kept begging us to jump, and then finally we just jumped off this huge cliff into the water, and then of course did it like 5 times in a row after that.
It was totally exhilarating, and so we went back to the director and we said, we have to put this in the movie.
They said, we have a great idea. We arrive here and we see this guy who jumps off the cliff, and then we decide to jump off the cliff, and I started to think about it and I said, you know what? That's actually a really good idea.
So the scene in the film, we actually recreated that.
Here we go, ready?
The process of working in this new scene was the same process as any other scene. I don't believe in getting locked into a preconceived script, and that's what's an amazing thing about directing movies, is that you have that freedom. So we made it work, and I really love that scene.
Okay, set the camera.
And we had it all planned out like to the T. And of course, America and I are supposed to jump at the same time, and she's such a wuss that she didn't jump. And I'm like underwater, I'm like, I didn't hear anything. She hit a rock. And then I come up out of the water and she's standing up there and she's like, sorry. And then she finally jumped. But
I felt that they were very brave. I know I couldn't do it. To me, the jumping off the cliff is about them feeling free and learning and feeling free with each other. They went through this entire story, and at the end of the day, they just decide to be fun.
They all have to kind of find themselves on their own to appreciate exactly what they have with each other.
they're running off to save their youth and to keep their youth, and that's like the most important thing for them in the world, this like innocence that they're supposed to have. So that's sort of the symbolism behind it.